Hello yogis, namaste, and welcome to today's Tridosha balancing yoga flow. So today's yoga flow will have elements of Vata dosha balancing. We will be opening up the hips and moving a lot through the lower body and doing some twists. It will incorporate some Pitta movement, Pitta balancing movement, moving through our heart region and doing a lot of side bends, and it will balance our inner kapha energy in the way that we will be up and flowing and moving and just kind of doing all of this together. So we are going to begin in a comfortable seated position. Oh, and sorry, before I forget, for today's flow, you are going to want blocks and definitely a strap because our peak pose is going to be floor bend. All right, we'll begin in a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes, withdrawing from the senses, and bringing our focus to the breath. Not changing it. Not judging it, simply becoming aware. We're going to open up today's practice with a pranayama called Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So with your right hand, you're going to bring your pointer and middle finger down, pinky and ring finger up, thumb up. Beginning with the right side, you're going to close that right nostril. Take a deep breath in. Switch so that you're covering your left nostril with your pinky and ring finger. Exhale. Inhale. And switch. So we're always switching at the top of the breath, not at the bottom of the breath. So let's just take a few moments here to cultivate our Nadi Shodhana. Just finishing up whatever breath cycle you're on here. Awesome. We'll go ahead and release that Nadi Shodhana breath. And for the rest of practice, the pranayama that you will be using is based on what the weather outside is doing and also how your body is feeling. So if it's hot and you're feeling hot, we're going to practice a Sitali breath where you can curl the tongue and breathe through the mouth whenever you need to release heat. If you are feeling a little bit chilly and it's cold outside, we can do an Ujjayi breath with a slight constriction of the throat, breathing in and out through the nostrils so that you hear that slight snore. So listen to your body and listen to the earth and choose the pranayama that works best today. From here, we're going to make our way into a tabletop position on the hands and knees, warming up the spine with some cat-cows. Inhale, we're going to drop the belly for cow pose. Exhale, arching the back for cat pose. And just moving with our own breath. moving through Marijanasana. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to tuck the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. It's our first down dog of the practice, so feel free to pedal out your knees, move your hips. Bring a little movement into this down dog. Next inhale, we're going to round the spine, coming all the way forward into an upward facing dog, pushing yourself up off the mat, arms and legs are activated. Deep breath here. Exhale, sending those hips back into Balasana, Child's Pose, reaching forward, third eye to mat connection. Next inhale, we're going to rise up, rounding the spine all the way forward into an upward facing dog. Deep breath here. Tucking the toes, deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog. Once again, rounding that spine, coming forward into an upward facing dog. We're really warming up the spine. Exhale, we're going to lower down into a cobra pose. And then when we inhale, we'll inhale, cobra, exhale back down, and we're just going to move with our breath cycle 3 times. Here we go. Beautiful. Next inhale, we're going to come all the way up into an upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes into the sky, opening up bending the knee to open up the hip. Exhale, right foot steps forward, inhale to rise to a crescent lunge on the right side. Beginning with our hands at heart center. Inhale, arms come overhead, opening up through the chest. Exhale, palms melt through heart center, down to the mat. Left knee drops. We're coming into a low lunge. Really sending your breath to wherever you're holding on to tension in the body. Deep breaths here. Exhale, we're going to straighten that front leg, coming into a half split. Our chest is melting towards our knee. You can always use your blocks here to help you with proper alignment. Coming back into low lunge, we'll take a deep breath here. Now placing both of our hands firmly on the mat, we're going to tuck those left toes, left knee raises, deep breath in. Exhale, right foot meets the left in downward facing dog. Deep breath Next inhale is going to bring that left leg into the sky, bending the knee, opening up that hip. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Inhale to rise to a crescent lunge on the left side. Inhale, arms come overhead, opening up through the chest. Exhale, palms melt through heart center down to the mat. Right knee drops for a low lunge on the other side. Exhale, we're going to straighten that front leg, coming into a half split. Chest is melting towards the knee, taking whatever micro adjustments you need to make sure that your hips are nice and square and that you are in proper alignment. Coming back to low lunge, we'll take one more deep breath here. Placing both of our hands firmly on the mat, tuck those right toes, right knee raises, deep breath in. Exhale, left foot meets the right and downward facing dog. Next inhale, we're going to round the spine, coming all the way forward, upward facing dog. And from here, we're going to lower down to the mat, moving through 3 more cobra breaths. Inhale to rise. Exhale, let it fall. Awesome. Now from here, our next inhale, our arms are going to raise up behind us and our legs are going to raise up off the ground for locust pose. So, ready? Exhale, let it out. Inhale, rise up to locust. Really feel that activation all throughout the back side of your core. Deep breaths here. Exhale, bringing it back down. Beautiful. So from here, we are going into our floor bow. If a locust was enough for you, that's totally fine. Otherwise, we can grab our strap. And what we're going to do is bend at the knees. And capture our ankles. You're just underneath or above, whatever, our ankles. Having our strap. So you're down. Inhale. Coming up into a floor bow. If you don't need your strap, you can just grab the backs of your legs. Inhale, coming up into your floor bow here. Deep breaths. Exhale, bringing it back down to the mat. Beautifully done. Next inhale, we're going to rise all the way up, upward facing dog. Exhale, send it back to Tridosha, child's pose. Inhale, we're going to come up into a tabletop position, tucking the toes. Take a breath here. Next, deep inhale. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air for downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, grabbing either elbow, putting a good bend in the knee for a forward fold. Rocking from side to side. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, let it fall. Next inhale, we're slowly, vertebra by vertebra, rising up to Tridosha, mountain pose. Saving your head for last. Rounding out the shoulders. Standing tall in your mountain. Rooting down into the earth. So the next pose that we're going to go into is Dancer's Pose, Tridosha, Lord of the Dance. So from Tridosha, we're going to root down into this right side. Left knee kind of pops out. Right hand out in front of us, deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to place that left foot in our left hand. Right here is a beautiful expression of Dancer's Pose, but if you want to take it further, we can kick into that back leg, rising up that right hand, coming into a beautiful Tridosha, letting a drishti or a focal point to help you balance. Certainly not my kitty who's like freaking out over the rain right here. Exhale, we're going to go ahead and release back down to the mat, taking a breath to pedal out our legs. And from here, we can go ahead and root down into that left side. Left hand out in front of you, right knee pops. Whenever you're ready, capture that right foot in your right hand. Option for a mudra to really seal in your energy here. Deep breath in. Exhale, kicking into that back hand, coming into Tridosha. Deep breaths here. And whenever you're ready, exhale, we'll gently release that back down to the mat, taking a breath to pedal out our legs. Inhale, arms come overhead, tall spine. Exhale, bend at the knees, hands to heart center for chair pose. We want to tuck our hips under to make sure that we're not sticking our booty out here. Staying connected to your breath. Sit 1 inch lower. Yes, you can. And we'll twist to that left side for a twisted chair. Option to open up your arms here, really opening up the chest with a twist. Inhale back to center. And twist to the other side. Taking on whatever variation you did on the other side. Coming back to center. Inhale all the way up, beautiful. Exhale, palms melt through heart center, down to the mat, forward fold. Walking your hands and feet out into Adho Mukha Savasana, down or facing down. Deep breath here. Next inhale is going to bring that right leg into the sky, bending the knee, open up the hip. Exhale, right knee to right wrist. We are coming into Kapotasana, pigeon pose. Deep breaths here. Option to grab that back leg for either mermaid pose or a king pigeon if you do feel so inclined. Another great opportunity to use our strap to help you get there. Especially if you're working on flipping the grip. The strap will be very kind to you in this practice. So deep breaths here in king pigeon or mermaid. Or just regular pigeon. Releasing that back leg if you took it. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, gently lowering ourselves down to the mat, block, or pillow for sleeping pigeon pose. We're here for 5 deep breaths. So take whatever micro adjustments you need to get nice and cozy. One more deep breath here. Inhale, we're going to rise back up. Placing both of our hands firmly on the mat, tucking those left toes, left knee raises. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right foot meets the left in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Next inhale is going to bring that left leg into the sky, bending the knee to open up the hip. Exhale, left knee to left wrist for Kapotasana, pigeon pose. Just taking a few deep breaths here in pigeon. Whenever you're ready, grabbing that back leg, coming into whatever variation you did on the other side. Maybe it was a little bit of mermaid and a little bit of king pigeon. This is a great pose to play around in and find what really feels good for you. And releasing that back leg. If you took it, we'll take one more deep breath in here in Kapotasana. Exhale, gently lowering ourselves down to the mat for sleeping pigeon. Taking whatever micro adjustments you need to get nice and cozy. 5 deep breaths here. One more deep breath here. Inhale, we're going to rise back up, taking a breath here in Kapotasana. With both of our hands placed firmly on the mat, we're going to tuck those right toes, right knee raises, deep breath in. Exhale, left foot meets the right in, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. From here, we're going to walk our feet to the outsides of our hands, and then we're going to squat down into a yogi squat, Malasana. Just taking a breath here. Option to grab behind either knee if you want to get a nice little twist here. I'm loving the combination of opening up the chest while doing twists on the lower body. Didn't even realize this is exactly what I needed today. Coming back to center, we'll go ahead and release our hip bones down to the mat, straightening our feet right out in front of us for Dandasana staff pose. We're gonna roll out the ankles. Swoosh our feet from side to side. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, reaching for your toes, letting your head hang. Seated forward fold. Deep breaths here. exhale, we're gonna rise back up. Bring our left foot to our inner right thigh. We're gonna inhale, arms come overhead, turn to your toes. Exhale, reaching for that right foot, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. One more deep breath here. And inhale, we're gonna rise on up. Taking a breath to switch out the legs. Inhale, arms come overhead, turn to your toes. Exhale, reaching for that left foot, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. Next inhale, we're gonna rise on up. And we're gonna bring our soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. Placing one hand on the heart, the other on our dantian, just under our navel, center of life force energy, our sacral chakra and our heart chakra. Coming back to that awareness of breath. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, left hand to right knee, shush it out. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right hand to left knee, shush it out. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, we're gently going to release down to the mat for a reclined butterfly pose. Hands can be wherever they feel most comfortable. Allowing yourself to melt into the mat. And just coming into a moment of stillness here. From here, we'll bring the knees together. And now we're gonna walk our feet out to the either side of the mat. Just kind of like right on the outsides. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knees fall to the left side, gently opening up the right side of our outer hip here. Deep breaths. Inhale, we're going to come back up. Exhale, letting them fall to the other side. Inhale, we're going to come back up. Exhale, hugging the knees, give yourself some love. Releasing your head back down to the mat, take a deep breath in. Exhale, knees sail to the left, upper body twist to the right for a little supine twist. Inhale back to center. Hugging the knees to align the spine. Releasing your head back down to the mat, take a deep breath in. Exhale, knees sail to the right, upper body twist to the left for a supine twist on the other side. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hug the knees. Inhale, releasing into Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Grabbing outsides of the feet, rocking from side to side. And from here, we'll release into a full body stretch, getting in whatever little movements are calling to you here. And whenever you're ready, we'll gently make our way into a Savasana corpse pose. Palms facing up. Deep breaths. Focus continues to be on the breath. And as you continue to breathe, with your eyes closed, bringing to your mind's eye a healing white light energy, a sacred healing light made of pure joy, pure love, and all the good things. This energy surrounds your aura. Healing energy comes to the air within you in the form of the breath that you breathe, to the space around you as you've made your mat a holy place, to the earth beneath you that you've rooted down, to the fire within you that continues to burn, and the water within you as you flowed today. This white light, healing energy sends love to all the elements within you, bringing you into perfect balance with yourself and with nature. You can feel free to stay here for as long as you need. But whenever you're ready, we'll invite some movement back into the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes. gently rolling to the side. And pushing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position where we'll meet with our hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The light, love, and divinity in me honors the light, love, and divinity in you. Thumbs come to the third eye, we bow. Namaste.